George Santos announced this week that he is officially, of course, running for re-election. He had previously filed to run for re-election, but that was just to keep the FEC off his back so that he could continue to raise money. He made it official this week in an announcement that claimed he was a first-generation American, which is a term that is defined as someone who immigrated to the United States and became a United States citizen. So that phrase that they used, first-generation American, means George Santos was not born in the United States. So, of course, that raised some eyebrows, right? I mean, Santos has claimed he was born in Sunnyside, Queens, but why would your campaign use this phrasing when it means you were not born in the U.S.? So Vice News clearly had some questions that they wanted answered, so they reached out to the Santos campaign, and here's what it says. Vice News asked Santos's campaign press team the following question. Quote, in his statement announcing his re-election campaign, Representative Santos referred to himself as a first-generation American. First-generation Americans are those who were born outside the United States and immigrated to the U.S. Is Representative Santos a first-generation American? And if not, why did he refer to himself as one? The campaign responded, yes, he is a first-generation American. So then Vice said, well, we have a follow-up question. Was he born in the United States? And the press team wrote back, let's be clear. There are two possible meanings of the adjective first generation. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, first generation can refer to a person born in the U.S. to immigrant parents or a naturalized American citizen. Both types of people are considered to be U.S. citizens. Before finally getting to the point, Congressman Santos was born in New York to immigrant parents. Okay. You could have just said, yeah, he was born in the U.S. Leave us alone. You didn't have to go into this long explanation that still isn't technically true, by the way. So here's the thing. Santos, according to people close to him, has in the past referred to himself as a non-U.S. born person. He has also, according to his lawyer, claimed on legal documents that he was not born in the United States. Now, I don't want to go all birther on George Santos, but Vice also brought up something that is, I think, very important. The first is, in order to run for Congress, an immigrant into the United States has to be a naturalized citizen for at least 7 years before they can run for office. So now there is a question, because we can't get a straight answer from Santos, and we can't obviously trust anything their campaign says. Is he even eligible to hold office here in the United States? We don't know. And do you know why we don't know? Let me read you this from Vice. No official body has looked into whether Santos is qualified for office, much less confirmed that he is, as no one is exactly in charge of doing so. So, as of right now, not a soul in this country has bothered with all of the scandals involving Santos. Nobody has bothered to be like, wait a minute. Now, he says he was born in Brazil, but sometimes he says he's born in Queens. Maybe we ought to just look at the immigration records, right? Let's find this out. These are not documents that are hidden away from the public. Okay? Tons of people have access to it. Honestly, if I knew how to search a little better, I could probably find them. How is this still a thing that we don't know? You would assume somebody, somewhere, a member of Congress would be like, whoa, hold up, I'm in. Oh, wait, yes or no? And we don't know because nobody's taken the time to look. The man has changed his story multiple times. Yes, I was born in Brazil. Yes, I was born in the United States. We legitimately do not know. We don't know. That's the worst part of all of this. His lawyer, again, claimed in a legal document he was born in Brazil. And if you were born in Brazil, that's also fine. But we don't, how long has he been a naturalized citizen? Since birth? since a certain year? Does that year fall within the 7-year, kind of window before he can run for office? We don't know where George Santos was born. Let me just put it that way. As it stands right now, we have the word of his campaign versus the word of his lawyer versus the word that he gives to people versus also the other word he gives to other people. We don't know if this man sitting in Congress is even legally allowed to be sitting in Congress. Because nobody, as Vice points out, decided to look into it because apparently nobody's in charge of doing that. Kind of feel like that ought to be the first step for literally anybody running for office in the United States is, are you even legally allowed to do it? But apparently, since it's nobody's job to check that out, nobody ever bothers to look. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.